Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, I don't know about you, but my skin is aging and I'm like trying to do things here and there, but finally I decided it was time to start doing some like at-home devices. Most of you know I haven't done Botox, I haven't done filler, I haven't even like gone for any like in-office like device treatments. I kind of like really tiptoe into things. So when I received an offer to try from NDMed their NEWA Plus, this is a home radio frequency device, and it was like, it's not a sponsorship. They just gave it to me with like no preconditions. I don't have to like have them approve this video. They don't have to approve anything I'm saying. They were just like, here, try it. See if you like it, do what you want with it. So that's just what I've been doing for the past 30 days. Well, from July 8th to August 8th, I used this device 20 times. And I gotta say, I really wasn't expecting much, and I'm kind of surprised that I actually saw some positive results. Now, right off the top, if this is something you're interested in, I'm gonna tell you there will be a code in my description box. It's jenniferscott15. You can save 15% off on this, so at least there's a savings for you. The upside of like these home devices is that you buy it once, you have it forever or until it dies. This actually is supposed to last 5 years. So, I mean, for the cost of it, using it for 5 years, it seems like a really good investment, especially since I'm kind of happy with what I've been seeing so far. But anyway, why don't I just tell you what radio frequency does? It's supposed to like target collagen production in your skin. So as that collagen is being boosted into production again, it's going to help target fine lines. It's going to help any like visible signs of aging. It's going to help with elasticity, you know, getting a little bounce back in your skin, a little bit of firmness. And for some people, even they see kind of like a tightening effect for their pores. So what does the purchase of the NEWA actually get you? Well, of course it gets you the device, it gets you a charger cord, it gets you like a nice little travel storage bag, and it gets you one of their lift gels. They have two, one is for sensitive skin, one is just regular. Basically, these are just like those conductive gels, you know, like when you go to like your doctor and you get like a sonogram or any sort of imaging and they squeeze that cold jelly on you. That's all this is. Now, because it was so important for me to like be able to see if I was getting any results, I did record every day that I used this. So I had 20 pieces of individual footage of me using this so that I could see over time if anything was happening. I will put in a clip of all 20 of those so you guys can actually see the proof in the pudding that yes, I did in fact use it 20 times in a month. I'm not out here taking free shit and not using it. Because I'm lazy, I am probably not going to set up my backdrop for you guys for most of these videos because let's face it, I'm coming home right from the gym. I'm probably just going to, you know, put a little water in my hair to send the flyaways back. I'm going to put some water on my face because you're supposed to have a clean face when you do this, nice and dry and no makeup, no jewelry whatsoever. So I'm going to do this for the next 3 to 5 days per week for 30 days. Let's go, day 1. Yeah, that's warm. And it's still blinking, so it's not at the optimal temperature yet. Once it gets to a green light, that's when it's at its optimal temperature. There we go. Okay, so now I have a green light, so I'm at the optimal temperature. Yeah, it's warm, but it's not like painful, but it's warm. Actually, I don't like it so much right there because I think that might be a little more delicate. So we will just keep on moving in these. That's the other thing. Keep moving, small circles. Don't stop, don't linger, just keep on moving. All right, I think I have most of it off. I'm gonna take a shower like immediately, but you also need to make sure you have cleaned this off, turn it off, and clean it thoroughly. Now, it was a little warm, and honestly, I had it on the setting number 2, which is how they say you should start out with. I could have gone down to the setting number 1. It was hot, but it didn't bother me that much where I wanted to go down a setting. Like I said, I'm going to do this every other day for the next 30 days. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do this like 15, 20 times, however many times I end up doing it. But this video will have just like little clips of every day so you know that I in fact did do it because I want to be completely honest and transparent. And I want to see if anything really does change. You guys will have to be the judge at the end of this if you see any differences. But let's give the NEWA Plus a shot. And this will be treatment 20 out of 30 days. Are you seeing a difference? I think I am. So even though I've been doing like my cheek area, below the cheek, and this area right under my jawline here, kind of including my jawline, I have seen significant improvement in like what's going on top of my skin. So right here, this happened a long time ago. I actually have to go back through like footage and kind of figure out when it was, but it's been like over 8 months. I had picked something I shouldn't have picked. It left a serious like post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation that was very red for a long time, and I thought that's just going to be there forever. It has faded significantly. I didn't expect that at all. Plus over here, I have like a red mark right here that literally just popped up probably a year ago, maybe more, for no reason. I didn't pick anything, like I didn't scratch it. There was no trauma to the area. It just appeared, and I was like, oh, cool, marks. But that has been lessening. I'm wondering if the overall like tone and pigmentation in my skin has changed at all, which would be amazing. Like that would be totally worth the money right there. But right now I'm really concentrating on these like marionette lines, I think they're called, because I noticed them really becoming more prominent in the past, I don't know, 4-ish months. And of course, I didn't like that. But because this is supposed to be able to help promote collagen growth, I'm hoping that this is going to fill in, because honestly, the last thing I want to do is get filler. I don't think filler is right for me. I'm not saying like blanket statement, filler's terrible. No, I'm not saying that. Just like for me, I don't think I want to do filler. So if I can find other ways, radio frequency, who knows what else, to like, you know, start and get a little more plumpness. I'm not looking to look like I looked when I was 20, but you know, to like just get a little bit back would be great. I mean, why else do we do this kind of stuff? So if it's not obvious by now, I'm going to continue doing this. So I've been doing it, well, you can tell I've done it 20 times in 30 days, or today will be my 20th time. I'm probably going to stick with it for a while at like 3 times a week. I'm going to try and do it every other day. It seems to work out well for me, doing it when I come home from the gym or just before I get in the shower, that sort of thing. I do, if I haven't already like said it in the video, I've seen a bunch of comments of people being like, oh, it made my skin break out. It's not skincare. They're just radio frequency gels. You know, it's basically the stuff that they use for like sonograms and whatever. You can't just wipe it off and go on with your day. You have to fully cleanse your skin. Rinse it off and then go in with a cleanser and make sure you do a good job. Because don't forget, you are like rubbing this on your face. So you're kind of pushing that radio frequency gel into your pores, because it's hot. It's not so hot that it's painful unless you do like stay in one place. You got to keep it moving. But it is to a certain degree pushing this frequency gel into your skin. So you want to like massage it out. You don't want it sticking around, because it is not skincare. All right, but so how does radio frequency works? So this actually generates these gentle waves that go into your skin. It creates heat, boosting the collagen production, like helping you to get that like smoother, more youthful appearance. And it is warm. So when you first turn it on, it starts at 0, which is off. 1 is like their like gentle setting. That's the low heat. And then 2 is the higher heat. That's where they actually prefer you to try and use it at that level. I only used it at 2. I didn't need to go down for like less heat. Here's the thing. All you do when you're using this is you take and apply, they say put 2 lines of gel on here. I did that for a while where I was just putting like 2 rows of gel, and I went through these so quickly. So basically the amount I have on there is the right amount for when you're first starting your face. So they only recommend you use this in 3 areas: your upper cheek, your lower cheek, and then this like upper chin, jawline area. Don't go down to the neck, not the eyelids, not your eyes. You can work around the eye just on the orbital bone, but do not go past the orbital bone. They don't want you using it on the forehead. Don't go using it on places that they don't say. Now look, I of course read the book top to bottom, front to back, more than once. And I went to the website and I read everything I could on the website. You guys know that's how I am when I get new products. But here's the thing, if you're gonna buy this, I highly suggest you do the exact same thing. There are so many little things that you need to know. So they suggest that you put 2 lines of this gel on here, like I probably just told you. And I find that using the 2 lines is great for like your first application, because as you're pressing this into your skin, that gel is like moving and spreading around. So when you go to do your next section, you already have some of the gel there. So you don't need to use quite as much. The whole point of this is to help activate like the heat into your skin, because it's the heat that is going to start the collagen production. Now the way this works is when you turn it on, it's going to be purple. Press this button once and you will start rubbing around in your skin. When this comes to the right temperature, it'll turn green. This whole procedure takes 4 minutes per place. So I did technically 6 places on my face, so it took me 24 minutes to do a full session. Now I know some people are like, oh, I don't have 24 minutes. Here's the thing, I really wanted to see if this would work, so I gave it that time. All I did was throw Audible on my Alexa, and I got to listen to a book the entire time, so it was easy. And I'm not sponsored by Audible either, wish. But for me, it was like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. All right, I'm just gonna wipe this off. I don't need to have this sitting here the whole time we're talking. Oh, and here's another thing. It's important that you get this very clean after you're using it. Make sure you wipe it all off. Then you can take like a slightly dampened towel, nothing really wet, and just wipe it off. Make sure it's nice and clean and ready for the next use. When you're done, make sure you turn it off, put the cap back on, and plug it back in to charge, because you never want it to run low on its charge. It is such like, when you first plug it in, I don't actually have this end plugged in, but when you plug it in, it'll light up usually like green on one side and orange on the other. That's how you know it's charging. When it is fully green, it's fully charged. As you can see, I used it today, so it is green and orange because it needs to finish charging. Now, one of the things I didn't consider when I was using this, well, I didn't consider it until I read the book, is that there are levels of skin types. It's called the Fitzpatrick Skin Scale or Skin Type Scale, something like that. And actually, it shows you here in the book. So for skin types 1 through 4, I'm obviously a 1 because she pasty. This is what the device is meant for. If you are anything darker, if you're a 5 or a 6, they don't recommend using the device because it could contribute to discoloration in your skin, and you don't want that. So if you have medium dark to deep skin, this unfortunately isn't for you, but better to know now and save your beautiful skin. Now I'm going to give you some other of the do not use if highlights. Like I said, you should read the dang book. So do not use if you have a pacemaker. Do not use if you have like any implanted metal. Can you hear the little ball rolling around? It's the kitties. Sorry. Do not use if you have like any, what are they called? Implantable metal devices or body piercings in the treatment area. So basically for me, I made sure I had no jewelry, like earrings, necklaces, rings. Have none of that on when you're doing this, because the current could actually go to the metal could heat up and it could cause a burn. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but this device is actually made by an international brand called NEWA. They make a lot of the devices that are used on professional levels, so like in clinics and doctor's offices. This here is an actually FDA approved device, so you know it's a quality device. But that still gave me a little bit of pause because I was a little concerned about fat loss. The last thing I want to do is like be melting fat in my face. I want it to be plump, not gaunt. But they actually said that the NEWA and the NEWA Plus. The NEWA I didn't mention is their corded device. The NEWA Plus that I have here is the cordless. So you can get the NEWA for a little less money if you don't mind a cord. But anyway, back to the fat loss. So what NEWA says in response to fat loss issues is that those reported cases involve professional machines with a lot of radio frequency energy at once. So that would have been like the more powerful machines used in a professional environment. So basically, this device here is only going to target the dermis without going into the subcutaneous tissue. Look at me using all these big words. Now, they did do clinical studies, and they said based on the study's results, skin is expected to improve gradually for up to 3 months following 1 month of treatment. So I did the 1 month of treatment. So I should actually still be seeing like benefits over the next 3 months. They said that you can continue to use it twice a week for maintenance, or if you just want to continue at like a higher pace of using it 4 to 5 times a week, there's no detriment to doing so. I think I'm probably going to be using it twice a week, seeing how it goes. But overall, how did it go for me, you're wondering? I don't have a lot of wrinkles. Actually, I don't have wrinkles yet. They're coming. Don't you worry about it. I have no doubt that they're coming, but right now I don't have them. So I was like, where am I going to see any sort of changes? What I noticed probably about 5 or 6 treatments in was that my pores, even though I don't have like large pores, my pores were looking smaller and just like tighter. But the biggest thing I noticed, and like this wasn't reported anywhere in the literature I read, so I had 2 marks of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. I had one right here under my left eye that's been there for probably over a year. My fault. I had actually like squeezed something there that I shouldn't have, and I damaged the skin. Like I left a red mark there that had never gone away no matter what I used on it. And I had one over here from like a pimple I had, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. The incredible thing is the big red one that was here has been diminished significantly. So I'm going to keep on using the device until it's gone, because I didn't expect for that to happen. So I feel like overall it helped with the actual like tone of my complexion and starting to even it out, so it's not like as blotchy. Now listen, it's not the same as using a laser. It's not taking off layers of skin, but it like actually made a visible difference. So for me, I go barefaced a lot. I probably only wear makeup twice a week. It is really nice to like feel better about how my overall skin tone is looking. And the fact that over the next 3 months, I should continue to see like improving results, I'm flippin' excited about that. So what's my takeaway? This is not like a cheap device. It's actually really well made and is actually making positive changes on my skin. So it's absolutely worth the money. But it's now got me thinking I want to try other devices too. Like slippery slope area has just been entered. Now, I can't remember, somewhere in the book here, it actually said, I think that they did the studies on women, and it hasn't been tested on men, but I don't know what the difference would be hugely, but the studies were tested on men, and I think that they were aged 37 to 72. So they really don't recommend it for young people. Let's face it, while your skin is good, just leave it alone. Overall, I am beyond pleasantly surprised with this device. And if you were someone who was looking to like step up your skincare game, maybe you've gone as far as you can with the topicals, but you also aren't ready to hit the dermatologist's office for those pricey procedures. A lot of those procedures, like each treatment costs what one of these cost. So maybe you just want to like tiptoe in like I did. Like I am so pleased with this. And honestly, I would tell you if I wasn't. Because at 54 years old, I just don't give a damn anymore. All right, you guys, I think I've covered everything I wanted you to know about the NEWA Plus device. And of course, if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm into all things hair, skin, and makeup. And if you are too, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. I upload every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And of course, if you have any further questions about the NEWA device, leave it in the comments below. And don't forget, if you are considering purchasing, make sure you use my code jenniferscott15. I'm going to leave it in the description box of all of my future videos, just in case you're like, what was that she had? You don't have to come back to this video. It'll be in the description box of all videos going forward. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.